Where the drugs at? Made it to my feet, you wanna ask how? Homie says beef, you just a mad cow. Bitch, 40 cow party, this a blast pile. My mama always told me take the trash out. Money like a mummy, I'm summing up.
Alright, welcome guys. I'm Graval Baehr at the Timeless Recording Studios with the main man Mallio. How's it going?
What's up? I'm talking shit. What's up, bro?
Not much. Good to finally sit down with you and link up, see what the hype's about. You got a couple records right now that are going crazy.
My lord.
Well, you started off with Angel. That was the first one in the
Angel. I just kind of put that out there though, but we more focused on my project Too Legit, and we got Hall of Fame in rotation right now. It's starting to move around. Shit, how many views that motherfucker got right now? Damn near 60,000. Yeah,
wow.
All right. Yeah.
That's crazy. The reason I brought up Angel is it was kind of was very reminiscent of a earlier era. I think you said that's what your mom was playing when you were growing up. What kind of child were you growing up?
I was real active. I grew up all over the city in most of the projects, primarily downtown though. But we stayed everywhere. Winters, Millville, Moosewood, the Fay, E-Dub, wherever CMHA was. Goddamn, we had a home there at one point in time, you know.
Were you like into sports? Have you always been more artistic or?
I was into sports. I was a rough little kid. One of them little kids, we threw rocks at the bus, caught snakes and lizards and shit, stole bikes.
Like you said, real active. Active. When did you start getting into music?
You know what's weird though? Like what's wild rather I always loved music. I always rapped. I always hummed tunes and shit like that. But I never my homies rap.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the rapper out of the bunch, but I could always rap. I just never really rap for everybody. It took the older I got, I was probably about 19. My big cousin, DJ Will, DJ Scuzzy now, he put me in the studio. That's around the time when Aftershock was buzzing in the city. In comparison, Aftershock had a buzz similar to Young Butters back then. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Aftershock. But yeah, I was, that's when I started rapping. I started rapping about 19.
19. Who are some of the people that you listened to growing up?
I listen. Scarface, Ghetto Boys, I love them. Jay-Z, of course.
Of course.
8-Ball, MJG.
So for the most part, the Southern
hip hop. But nah, you can't necessarily say that because I used to love Nas music, E40, MC8, all of them. See, I was a little kid, little bitty kid listening to them. I used to get in trouble for playing my NWA tapes. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6 or 7 years old listening to I'd Rather Fuck You and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's wild. That's wild. So when you started to make music, were you just recording at your house? Were you recording at a studio? How did the process start?
I was recording it at DJ Will house. He had the whole setup in his house. And that was around the time Lil Flip out of Houston. He used to come up here to DJ Will house. Lil Flip, Hump, and Red. A lot of artists in the beginning of their career actually came through DJ Will house. We met Cash Money there in their early years. I met No Limit, some No Limit artists in their early years. I met Destiny's Child when they came through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But back then, hold on. My apologies. My start with music, I used to pass out flyers. And I used to help the record pool. Miss Judy Jones had it. And what's my guy? I can't think of his name right now. But they had the record pool. And I would help them pass out the flyers and new music and shit like that. But like I say, but DJ Will definitely gave me a start recording in his house. I used to make beats too. I would have got him Matty ass. You hear me? Pause.
Shout out M80 in the
That's
studio.
my dog. You hear me?
I really do like the music that you said you grew up listening to, like the Scarface, which I feel like he's very underrated in this era of hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about the current state of hip hop and how much it's changed over the years?
I mean, see, the era that I grew up in was the era when it was cool to sell drugs and be a gangster. Like, you know what I mean? So naturally, that's the climate of things like back then. But now it's different. But I don't really like, at one point in time I used to feel like, cause I'm like, damn, y'all niggas junkies and licks and shit. Like motherfucker, we serve the licks. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like now, like, especially talking to my Atlanta guys, man, like it's just music. Like, so it's sort of like a fad. Like it's not something that I would say I'm into, but I love the actual music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just telling bro on the way here, like, listen in the future, like, sometimes I feel like I'm drinking activist. I don't drink none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get down like that, but I love his music. You get what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
other artists, like, but I don't judge people, man. I feel like if that's you, then yeah, you need to do that, man, and be successful. Whatever you're gonna do, I don't really care about. I hear people beef and go back and forth. I don't care about that shit. Get some money.
Hey, good advice. So let's talk about the current project. You said you've been traveling all over the place.
Man, we've been all over the country.
Seen you was in Miami.
Miami, Cali, Texas, Phoenix, Las Vegas. I've been all over the country. Literally, I've seen every city in California and most of the cities in Texas. For real. Like, we've been everywhere. For the most part, like, most of the production and advice come from my little brother, M80. That's like, fuck the music. That's one of my favorite people in life, period. But we moving around, recording in Los Angeles with my dog, Young Pat, and then my dog Tommy. Out there on the West Coast, and recording down there in Miami at Criteria Studios, aka the Hit Factory with Fareed, and then just moving around, man, getting to know people.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be something different for Cincinnati in general. Just to have someone that's kind of like an ambassador, going to different cities and sharing your sound.
Most definitely. Like, and then too, like, my apologies. We get a great response like everywhere we go, man. Shout out to my Houston dogs, North Houston, and DJ Endurance and all of them, DJ Herc and all of them. My dog BC and them in Dallas. Shout out to the don't kill me. I want to say the Go DJs and all of them, like, down there in South Houston. DJ E Feezy down there in Miami. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my dog Fanatic and them out there in LA, and Young LA. That's another recording artist out of LA. He's starting to get a real buzz. Shout out to my dog too out there. Yeah.
Yeah, so seems like you're campaigning strong. What advice would you give to another artist to kind of follow your footsteps? Because I feel like you're doing it the right way and meeting DJs in other cities and really thinking more than just, the bubble inside of Cincinnati.
Man, to all aspiring artists, and I say this all the time, man, focus on your marketing. Overall, you need to focus on the quality of your music. People gravitate to quality. No matter, don't worry about the radio at home opening up or the DJs not spinning you in the club, because they don't make or break your sound or who you are as an artist. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. I catch a lot of shit because I don't sound like the new artists. I don't sound like, no disrespect to the guys, like they sound the Atlanta guys or the other little Chicago guys. Like, so the DJs are they're less inclined to play my music, but you focus on your style of music, the quality, overall quality. Make sure your packaging is good. Make sure you're mixing, and if you choose to have it mastered, make sure all of that is good. And number one, focus on your marketing, because even if you got subpar music, if your marketing is serious, then people gonna gravitate to you. Like I said, the one guy who did the song "Pants on the Ground," he was running around this bitch touring. So
Crazy.
Anything possible.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You just never know. You gotta find your audience. How many people in the United States of America?
Like 350 million or something?
Like some crazy shit. So somewhere you got 1 million plus followers who gonna believe in what the fuck you doing. You just gotta find them, man. And that's the thing as an artist that I look to Chameleon there in that regard. And I remember him telling a story about him being in the hatchback and having to drive from Texas to Cleveland to sell CDs and get the gas money and go back to Houston, like, or what, wherever he was from down there. My apologies, but he was doing that all over the country. Like, man, you can't never let somebody else tell you who you are. Make your mark, man. Real talk.
Right. And you do have kind of a crossover appeal. Someone like me, I'm a big fan of your songs, and we've probably had completely different, upbringings and lifestyles. Why do you think your music is so, accessible to everybody?
I kind of, even how I do it, I try to make my music relatable. Like even you being where you are, you can relate to what I'm saying. Like if I explain it the right way, you feel me?
Right.
And that's my whole goal, like as an artist, to paint my picture so that people can gravitate to it. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear my story in the proper way. You know?
Yeah. And I think it goes back to what you said about quality and the quality of the music.
Exactly.
It sounds so laid back, and but then like you hear the punchline and you're like, oh shit,
My Lord.
it's hard. But it's so calm, cool, collected, but hard.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Going back to the project, you mentioned M80. Is he producing most of it, or are you working with different?
M80, for the most part, most of my music, M80 produced. I know he gets sick of me rapping on his beats without his permission. Fucking. Nah, though, but I got a host of producers. I got Autumn Javinci now. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's great.
And then a couple guys that I work with over the internet, TK and Young Taylor. Trying to think of who else. I don't want to miss nobody. Chef Steph, excuse me. Who else? 'Cause it's been a while. Like, I used to work with X and them all the time. But I pretty much work with everybody in the city, but primarily M80 though.
Is it like features? Is there anyone in the city that you see going hard right now and you'd love to work with that you haven't gotten to yet?
Nah, really. Like, and don't take this wrong. Like, I love to make music with everybody here, and the people that I pretty much admire, because I'm a fan of all their music. I've already pretty much worked with all of them. at some point. So, shit, you name an artist, I'll probably work with them all, with the exception of maybe Jamie Shea and my little homie AR-15, but and Lil Gator. But like everybody else, shit. I like Mondo too. I like Lil Mondo. But then too, see, but now listen, when I watch y'all got artists that I've never seen before or heard.
Tons just popping off. It's
like
the scene's bubbling, and it's been crazy to watch it all unfold.
But see, like from Bugs to Rocker, like to everybody, I work with everybody pretty much. Santino, like we all got some type of music somewhere. Macho Means, I got music with everybody. Yeah.
What about for like on a bigger scale, like mainstream artists? Who do you see yourself collaborating with, if you were to?
Mainstream artists?
Yeah, just like like the bigger names.
I know for a fact, Ross.
That's who I kind of when I listen to your music, I get Ross vibes.
Yeah. The Jigga.
Of course.
That'll be a dream. You know I'm gonna say this, man. I love to make a song with Sade and Mary J. Blige, man. I love to make music with them.
I feel like you could hit the R&B scene pretty hard.
Yeah, I'll tear that shit down. Nah, we'll make it. But let me see who else. I like a lot of artists. Yo Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what artists I love though?
Yeah.
Out of the new artists, Gunna and Lil Baby.
Yeah,
I like them.
They spaz. They just have their own flow.
And the other baby nigga too, he hard too. Paul. I like that little motherfucker. Yeah, the baby, that's his name, the baby. I like that little motherfucker. He got a different type sound. He got a different type, you know what I'm saying? I like that little motherfucker. Yeah.
That's nice. Do we have a release date for this project?
Shit, we looking at and I'm just saying it's early May, the second week of May for sure. Right now we just getting all the marketing and everything together, and my guy Mike Tones, that's also one of my favorite people in the world outside of the music, mixing it down. And it's crazy because I got relationships with everybody before the music.
Yeah.
Or when motherfuckers had studios set up in the hallways, now walking X shit. You know what I'm saying? They got a podcast of this motherfucker. But yeah, Mike Toons mixing it down. My brother Vino Corleone on Facebook, New Money ENT. We working on a show date. I'm gonna do a concert. I'll mess around and do my my listening party here in a few weeks and give out some merch and music for people that want it.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's dope. So before we get you up out of here, where do you want to be at the end of 2019, early 2020? Where do you want to take this music?
My mission right now is to be heard. That's right now. But we gotta be generating some type of show money, or not necessarily the money, but just being booked. I want to be booked for shows. I just want my music to be heard everywhere. I want my music to be heard everywhere, and that's the ultimate goal. And I believe that would be the ultimate goal for every artist.
Right.
Is to be heard.
So be heard, gain exposure, get booked, maybe do a mini tour or something.
Exactly, the tour is for sure. The tour coming up soon though. We setting it up in Ohio, man. Shout out to the guys in Columbus. I don't know y'all yet, my apologies. But they reached out to us first for the Hall of Fame, so we're gonna run to Columbus first for Hall of Fame. And like I say, shout out to them. I don't know them yet, but I appreciate y'all.
Great. Well, we wish you all the best and much success. Anything I can do to help you be heard,
Oh yeah, for
let
sure.
me know.
anything y'all doing here, I love to be a part of it. Like, you know what I mean? Anybody ever been to a Mallio concert? It's similar to being around me. It's just cool, calm, laid back. We have fun. We drink, we grab asses, and then we leave.
It sounds like my type of party.
Yeah.
You have to invite me to the next Mallio show.
And hopefully you leave with 2 of them, because there's nothing like seeing 2 of them kiss.
That's goals. And that's my main man, Mallio.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you, homie.
For sure.